Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking Ahsoka. So this week there was a new report that's confirming the timeline for the new Ahsoka series. It's coming out in August. And in that report, we get a confirmation about when the series is going to take place in the Star Wars timeline. So here we see the actress who plays Sabine Wren is going to be confirming the timeline for Ahsoka. The series comes out on August 23rd. As we know, it's essentially the Rebels sequel that's been confirmed by Dave Filoni. We know it's going to follow the Rebel characters as they're looking and fighting Thrawn. We also know there's going to be some new characters in this series, so I'm super excited about it. But let's see what this says about the actual timeline. So it looks like the Sabine Wren actress Natasha Liu Bordizzo had an interview this week, and she confirms that it takes place, the timeline is during the Mando Season 3 timeline. So that's interesting. Looks like she says that the shows are all connected. So this is very much so, it seems like kind of a Marvel type connection, which is what we've thought the series has been moving towards with all these interconnected series that Disney is planning. So she says, I think it's hard not to feel part of something bigger. Ahsoka runs along the same timeline as The Mandalorian Season 3, and all the shows are connected. There's so many parallels. I think that's awesome that it's connecting everything together. The Mando Season 3 was not the most exciting Mando season, but if it's part of connecting this whole big picture together, then I'm all for it. So it looks like Mando Season 3 took place 11 years after the Battle of Yavin. So Ahsoka will take place during the same timeline. Looks like the rest of this is just different news on the whole Star Wars timeline. I think this is pretty cool news, just going to the fact that Mando Season 3 may be the connector to Ahsoka. I think Mando Season 3 is probably going to go down as a placeholder. There was some important information in there, but as compared to Season 1 and 2, it wasn't the same. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Not that it was bad, it just wasn't quite as good as the other two. So seeing that maybe Mando is going to bridge the timeline between what's going on in The Mandalorian to what's about to take place in Ahsoka, that's something I can definitely get behind. I think that's going to be great. I remember the rumors, though, maybe within the last year or so, that Ahsoka was going to take place, maybe more so, maybe for the epilogue from Rebels, I believe. And then there's been some reports that there's going to be some time jumps. Maybe that's still true. We have to take all these reports from the actors and actresses with a grain of salt. But still, I want to see some flashbacks. There's rumors that Hayden Christensen's going to be in Ahsoka. There's, all types of rumors floating out there about what may happen. And odds are this is just going to push us closer and closer to the big Dave Filoni movie that's going to conclude the Mandoverse. But I do like the idea that it is taking place within the same Mando timeline. I like the idea that everything is going to be interconnected. I don't think you can go wrong there when all your stories are cohesive. I think one of the biggest issues with Disney Star Wars so far has been the lack of cohesiveness within the stories, particularly within the sequel trilogy. Those things were like a relay race with a different director each time. So I think having it all around the same timeline is great. I do want some flashbacks. I wouldn't mind some time jumps just because we have a lot to cover in Ahsoka's story. But other than that, I think this is awesome. If it's taking place at the same time as Mando Season 3, I think it's only going to make the Mando Season 3, as we look back on it, I think it'll make it better. So let me know what you think about this, what you think about this Ahsoka timeline. Do you think this is accurate? Do you think maybe this is a misdirect? What do you think we're going to see in Ahsoka? So leave your opinion in the comments. Let me know what you think. And otherwise, may the Force be with you.